person's limitations are only measured by their drive to succeed. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. The man who has forgotten self may be said to have entered heaven. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. Do your work, then step back, the only path to serenity. History, Stephen said, is a nightmare from which I am trying to awake. If tomorrow were never to come, it would not be worth living today. Serious thinkers are few, and the world is ruled by crude ideas. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. Stop leaving and you will arrive. Stop searching and you will see. Stop running away and you will be found. Without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of their reports. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it. I will continue my path, but I will keep a memory always. When you're the most happening person at the party, it's time to leave. Honest is how I want to look. The truth doesn't glitter and shine. There's nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. Great wisdom is generous. Petty wisdom is contentious. Great speech is impassioned. Small speech cantankerous. If you remember me, then I don't care if everyone else forgets. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. The nourishment of body is food, while the nourishment of the soul is feeding others. To subdue an enemy without fighting is the greatest of skills. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. There's no point having wishes if you don't at least try to do them. To bear and not to own, to act and not lay claim, to do the work and let it go, for just letting it go is what makes it stay. The way to screw up somebody's life is to give them what they want. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of a trigger. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. A conscious human is driven by their conscience, not popular opinion. A kingdom that has once been destroyed can never come again into being, nor can the dead ever be brought back to life. Life is not about living the safer option. Life is about living a life worth living. If people treat you like an option, leave them like a choice. Truth is as straight as an arrow, while a lie swivels like a snake. I very rarely think in words at all. A thought comes, and I may try to express it in words afterwards. True friends are always together in spirit. Lucy Maud Montgomery. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. Go into emptiness, strike voids, bypass what he defends, hit him where he does not expect you. There's nothing you can't do if you want it bad enough. All I have is all I need, and all I need is all I have in this moment. Many things that don't really mean so much of anything are wonderful. Never stop acquiring the common sense. It is as good as the knowledge. We all have two lives. The second one starts when we realize that we only have one. The goal is to reduce the time of suffering, not eliminate it. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. If the road is easy, you're likely going the wrong way. Beyond the fiction of reality, there is the reality of the fiction. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. A real scientist solves problems, not wails that they are unsolvable. The scholar does not consider gold and jade to be precious treasures, but loyalty and good faith. I'm glad I see with my eyes, and not the pages I've read. No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. True words are not fancy. Fancy words are not true. The good do not debate. Debaters are not good. We say later, later, until later becomes too late, and all we can think of is if only. A fool despises good counsel, but a wise man takes it to heart. Man is no longer an artist. He has become a work of art. I had to philosophize. Otherwise, I could not live in this world. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. Sometimes, not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. If you concentrate on small, manageable steps, you can cross unimaginable distances. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. Ability, experience, and books have solution for all the problems. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Heaven does without doing, through its purity. Earth does without doing, through its calmness. Cherish those who seek the truth, but beware of those who find it. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. It's hard not to feel happy when you make someone smile. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Tomorrow hopes we have learned something from yesterday. Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. Appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. Sometimes things become possible if we want them bad enough. It's always the ones who are the quietest who often have the greatest things to say. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. If at first you don't succeed, destroy all evidence that you tried. When you take control of your attitude, you take control of your life. In the desire to control others, we lose control over ourselves. The only way you can know where the line is if you cross it. Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. If you don't take risks, you will always work for someone who does. Next to trying and winning, the best thing is trying and failing. People who belittle people will belittle people and will accomplish very little. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because nobody looks attractive spitting it back out. If their forces are substantial, prepare for them. If their forces are strong, avoid them. There is no progress or accomplishment without sacrifice. Either in conflict with others or in harmony with them, we go through life like a runaway horse, unable to stop. Dream big, stay positive, work hard, and enjoy the journey. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. Do not presume that richness or poorness will bring you happiness. Great knowledge is universal. Small knowledge is limited. Great words are inspiring. Small words are chatter. This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.